number 4, a rock block of Assassin's Creed news. I love when Greg writes this stuff and I have to read it because it's like, what the fuck's a rock block? Something you learned in Mizzou.
It's like a rock lobster.
How Assassin's Creed Shadows will get you to swap characters, Connor McCarr at VG247 writes. Only a few days ago, Ubisoft revealed gameplay for Assassin's Creed Shadows during Summer Game Fest 2024, giving us an early peek at what's to expect from the latest entry in the stealth action series. But even earlier than that, we were able to put a few questions to Associate Game Director Simon LeMay Commodus. One of the more interesting aspects of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh, I gotta correct you there.
What would I say? What did I say?
You pronounce it commodus, but I'm pretty sure it's like comptoir.
Ah, Commodus. Slappy.
Come on.
It's cupboard. It's cupboard.
Cupboards and drawers. This is how Blessing spelled it. Like, yeah, that's how it's spelled. Oh, shit.
One of the more interesting aspects of Assassin's Creed Shadows is the ability to swap between two entirely distinct characters, Yasuke and
Naue.
Okay, Thank you. I don't want to get fucking shit for that, okay?
It also just reminds me of, like, growing up in a predominantly Latino-based area and just hearing, like, Naue.
That's how you remember it. That's how you remember it. Questions on how this will work and what efforts have been made to encourage swapping between the two were met with interesting answers, which you can find below. Quote, "We were really interested in the idea of committing to whatever build that you have." States when asked about the decision to have two protagonists rather than the typical solo act. So early on, we were trying to say we know we want stealth, we know we want combat, but we don't want the players to be able to switch willy-nilly between those things. Interesting. Though that was me saying interesting. The weapon you have, the armor you have, is what you've got to deal with your current situation, and you have to remove yourself from that situation before you can change those things. Quite rapidly, it became obvious that Shinobi and Samurai would be two interesting fits for this, and this led to this two protagonist approach with their own feel. But with two characters comes an obvious dilemma. How do you encourage players to swap between them rather than sticking to just one? With this distinct playstyle built into both Yasuke and
Naue,
it's not unlikely that players with a preference for going in loud or the traditional sneaky approach will gravitate to one over the other.
Comptoir.
It's like Duolingo. Elaborates. It's a balanced approach. Most of the content can be played by either a character, and there's no hard gating that says that
Naue
thing. Story moments are character focused, but the rest of the game is open, and progression incentivizes you to switch because when you play just one character for a while, they will pick up stuff for the other character to use, so both characters kind of progress together. We have another Assassin's Creed news story, but let's talk about this for a second. What do you feel about that? I am a little sad about this. I wanted to be able to just do anything with either character I choose. I understand why they're doing this. They want you to play as two very distinctive characters. I get it. Yasuke looks cool. Not for me. Like, I maybe if I get on the sticks, but like this just does not excite me about getting back into Assassin's Creed. I like the stealthy. I like the Splinter Cell-esque being able to go on the top and like hide around and like get somebody from afar. Like, this is cool. I just don't think that this excites me. How about you?
I'm super jazzed about both of the options because that's how I played Ghost. Like, it really was like, what am I feeling right now in this situation? What am I trying is to like, what's my success that like I would see this, like, I'm going to go into this little encampment. What do I read as a success right now? Do I want to try to sneak through everything? Do I want to call everybody out and try to have these duels? I love both options. I do wish that I could be able to have both options all the time.
Yeah, kind of switch out really fast like Spider-Man.
Yeah, because you read in here, that it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
But it's like, just because it's a balancing act doesn't mean that you can execute that balance perfectly. And obviously, we'll be the judges of that whenever that game comes out, and we'll see exactly whether it was balanced well enough. But But yeah, it does kind of bum me out. I do wish that both options were still viable, but maybe one was just way, way worse at it. Yeah. And you'd get like, hey, 80% success rate going full melee with Yasuke, 20% going stealth, and maybe the opposite for Naoe, going into stealth and, calling out combat. Because we've seen several situations where Naoe's in combat with 3 other people, and it's like, she looks like she could take them all on like that. Like, obviously, if shit hits the fan, you're gonna have to put up your dukes, and you're gonna have to fight. And she's got that sick ass weapon. So that's one thing that I am kind of confused about, because it seems like she's getting a lot of the stuff that Yasuke can possibly do, but Yasuke can't exactly do everything she can do,
Yeah, I think in my perfect world, I envisioned this as being like almost like a tag team fighter game where you're able to like just press a button and then just Yasuke just burst through a wall, and now you're playing as him, and then you're able to go back and forth. I'm interested to see. I'm going to play this one. I think I'm in the same way with you of like, I super lapsed Assassin's Creed fan, but like, what if this is the one? What if this is the one? But
as long as I read this as like a non-Assassin's Creed game, as long as I just look at this as a video game, because that's what I was hoping Rise of the Ronin would be for me, and it just didn't quite hit story-wise. So like, what will satisfy me when I play Assassin's Creed Shadows? I want really awesome story turns that are just gonna have me like jaw on the floor, like, oh my god, man, this dude is really, because that's what really hit me with Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, is that the combat was a lot of fun to me, regardless of how repetitious it got. I still had a lot of fun with it, and the fact that I was seeking out all of the extra things when I am not the platinum guy, but I wanted to go seek out these fights. That means that I enjoyed the combat a lot. Yeah, when I wanted to keep on doing it more. And Rise of the Ronin just really, really lacked a lot of those big story hits for me. And I'm really hoping that this can satisfy on both fronts. Hit me with some character moments, get me a little teary-eyed now and then, but also I want to have awesome gameplay moments like what we've seen in the trailer so far, and it looks really, really damn good.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers an unrivaled product that's just as good as any expensive pair we've worn. Durable frames and world-class optics for all outdoor adventures. With an extensive array of styles and colors, you're bound to find the perfect pair of Shady Rays sunglasses. Y'all know I've been outside in the sun a lot playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing Shady Rays when I am out and about looking dope. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code KF20 for $20 off each pair of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. This episode is brought to you by Harry's. I always hate when I buy something and then I talk to someone else and I realize I way overspent and they got it for cheaper. It's happened to all of us, but getting ripped off is no joke, especially when there's razors involved. The people at Harry's were tired of seeing everyday people paying way too much for low quality shaving products. So they found a way to make beautifully designed razors without laughably high prices. You can get better designed and better value grooming products made by a company that forged their own path in the grooming industry. Harry's has been keeping me looking right for years, and you already know I'm going to count on them for a high quality shave for my wedding. Highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry. No risk trial. You don't like your shave? No worries. It's on them. Convenient subscription options that allow you to cancel at any time, and you can stop getting ripped off. With Harry's, you can get a shave that's a cut above the rest. Get started with a $13 trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/kindafunny. That's harrys.com/kindafunny for a $3 trial set.
This episode is brought to you by A Better Paradise. From the writers of the Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto series comes the new immersive audio fiction podcast, A Better Paradise, Volume 1 and Aftermath. Set in the near future, A Better Paradise tells the story of the ill-fated development of an ambitious but addictive digital game world project led by inventor and psychologist Dr. Mark Tyburn. As the advanced software they developed began to deliver unexpected and disturbing results, the team fell apart under strange circumstances, and the project was abandoned. The game world and the super intelligence within were discarded, left dormant and undiscovered. Until now. I listened to episode 1 on my way to work today, and the thing that stood out, of course, are the performances, but then as an audio drama fan, it was the use of monologues. There's a whole bunch of talking here that sets up the world that is not that far from us in the timeline and also not that far from us in the technology, which is disturbing, but I'm quite interested to see where it goes. A Better Paradise is out now and available everywhere you get your podcasts. Go listen today, and don't forget to follow A Better Paradise on your platform of choice to make sure you never miss an episode.
Yeah. Well, talking about Assassin's Creed, we got some Assassin's Creed Infinity gets a new name news. Eddie at GameSpot writes, just Eddie. Assassin's Creed Infinity, the working title for the hub that will host new Assassin's Creed games, now has a new name. It's called the Animus Hub.
No. Stop. Stop with Animus. Abstergo. Stop all of it.
More details are coming later on.
We don't want this. Animus. What are we doing?
I fucking called it. Remember, chat? The beginning of Assassin's Creed Unity, the French Revolution one, where they the intro to that game has like the player using like the Netflix in-universe Netflix version of Animus. It's happening, everybody. It's happening. Assassin's Creed Infinity. It's happening.
30% of the game, we're going to be fucking Declan walking around with cargo shorts in the year 2029.
Get his name right.
Desmond.
It's Desmond. Respect him.
Wearing some fucking Puma shoes. Like, I don't want to be in the future. That's not why I want to get into these games.
Here's the thing. I don't think it's going to be like as big as you're thinking of it, Andy.
Better not.
I honestly think it's literally just going to be like a launcher where you see like, hey, this is where you can load up shadows.
The new Uplay launcher.
It's the new Play launcher, but for Assassin's Creed, what is it? Doesn't Call of Duty do something similar, right? Where it's like all these different Call of Duties in like one kind of launcher.
Yeah, it sucks so bad.
Yeah,
and that sucks real bad.
And that's what I wanted to have the conversation
that's a bad
of, like,
experience.
why? like it is such a stupid idea. Call of Duty, it's a good idea. The whole launcher idea is smart. But then it doesn't work, right? It gets so fucking bloated. We had the headlines where it's like, a Call of Duty is 350 gigabytes, and it's like, that's not technically true, but it is true, because if you download just the Call of Duty app, you download all that fucking shit. Like, it just happens like that. I don't think this is necessary at all, because Assassin's Creed is so, like, you're playing Shadows, you're playing this, you're playing that. It's not just, I'm playing the new, you know what I mean? Like, they're new experiences every time, and it feels distinct.
This isn't Pokemon Home, or whatever it is.
Is that
Tim
what Pokemon
uses.
Home is?
Isn't that what's the one that like lets you collect from all across
I didn't even know
all the
that
different? Maybe it's not Home. I don't know, but like definitely not Pokemon Sleep. But you know what I mean with Call of Duty. I understand wanting to have that. It still sucks. It's a nightmare to navigate. I don't like that experience at all, and I still play Call of Duty. But in this, you're not hopping into. You know what? Let me do a quick match of Assassin's Creed fucking duel or whatever.
Let me just play 10 minutes of Mirage.
I'm trying to level up this weapon, and then I can bring that back into the battle royale version of it. Like, we're not doing that. I don't understand what this is, and I don't understand why they're doing it. And add
multiplayer, and it makes sense.
What really pisses me off and annoys me about stuff like this is that like this shit better have cost like $30, or you know what I mean, like. If you're going to put so much money and resources into this thing, we've been hearing about Infinity for so long now.
Yeah.
We've been hearing about this rumored like launcher that's tying in all of these worlds, and now it's called Animus or whatever. But the thing that bums me out is like it's decisions like this that don't hit or don't really have the profit coming in like you would have hoped. And that leads to layoffs. And it's like, well, you're making these dumbass decisions. Why are you doing this launcher? It's a waste of resources.
It absolutely is.
There's so, like, I get so, and it sounds like I'm the only one who, like, I get so annoyed when there's layoffs. And nobody else seems to care.
Who's talking about it?
No, but like, it just bums me the fuck out when there are executives that think that these things are good ideas and their ideas don't hit. And it's like, shit, that Animus launcher thing that I was really, really pushing didn't work. All right, that whole, 30 people are working on that. See ya. Like, it's just, they keep doing things like, now here's what they did. Hopefully they put fucking Prince of Persia on Steam a day after I talked about it. So you got to assume they're listening, right?
They're listening.
They got that Steam listing up quick.
I mean, hey, here's the thing.
They were working 24 hours to get that thing
Here's
going.
the thing. There's multiple Prince of Persias coming out. Think we're going to get the Sands of Time launcher? You think we're going to do it?
Dude.
You can go through the time. There's so many. There's 3 of them now. There's 3 of them. Maybe they do a classic edition. You never know.
They call it the Persia Portal.
Oh, Oh, we
About
figured
that?
it out, everybody.
How about
we
that?
figured it out.
Think about that.
Number 5 on the Roper Report. People.
His name's Desmond?
Yeah, we said that. We said that out loud.
I wasn't. I was pissed off. I was thinking Decker or something.
Declan's good though. I like Declan. I know a Declan and he looks like a Declan. You know what I mean? Like it's
he
one of those
does.
names like you put you become a Declan. You know.
I don't want to be wearing a goddamn cardigan in an Assassin's Creed world hacking into a futuristic
Do you think there's gonna be
corporation.
gameplay in this thing? I mean, I want it. I like the name. I gotta be honest. I like the name. Out
But
of all
you're-
the names, this is the good name.
The core thing will not have gameplay, but like I just
want it.
But you're gonna,
I want to hack.
you're gonna go into the future at some point.
Where's that game?
What?
Because I always, as a kid, I was
Future?
Yeah, well, I was like, I want to play as Desmond. I was the only dumb kid. I was like, I want to play as Desmond. Wasn't he a sniper or some shit? He was like a hitman. I forget.
Dude,
I made that up. Oh, he's a bartender, but wasn't he also an assassin? I don't remember.
I
that.
will never forget being a wee lad watching E3
Yeah.
and watching Jade Raymond show off Assassin's Creed for the very first time.
Yeah.
And I think that was the E3 of also the first time we saw BioShock. It was a big E3. It was like, dude, this is the future of gaming. Holy shit. And then I was reading my GamePro magazine, or maybe it was Game Informer at this point, and then there's like, hey, we noticed, Jade Raymond, that some of the stuff going on, some of the like on-screen effects looks kind of futuristic. What's that about? She's like, you'll see about that real soon.
I remember this.
And reading this article, I was like, man, whatever this is, I don't think I'm gonna like it. And I really didn't like it. And anytime we got
was
to
so
an
cool,
Animus,
though.
I fucking turned that shit off or whatever. Which is it? Abstergo Animus? Is Abstergo
Animus is like the technology for you to relive your ancestors' memories. Abstergo is the company that is secretly the modern day Templars.
They really wanted people to be buying Abstergo bumper stickers to put on
Oh,
the back
yeah,
of their
100%.
windows and shit.
Um,
You're not fucking like Portal and stuff, you know what I mean?
The whole thing, Rogers, Desmond was a bartender who left his family who he knew were part of the assassins, and then they kidnapped him
His
to
name's
like
Desmond?
and so the reason he's like they have him going into the Animus, especially in 2 Brotherhood and Revelations, is for him to train reliving Ezio's like memories so he can like take those so he can become a modern day assassin. That was like the whole thing.
I misread that. I thought he was a sniper, and then they just. I thought this motherfucker was sniping. I thought he
Misread
was
the situation.
I don't know what's happening.